It's official. Official. A day will no longer last 24 hours. Earth's now spinning faster, literally, and our days are going to get shorter. At the moment, it's believed that the shortest day happened on July 10th, 2025. It was shorter not by much, just a fraction of a second, 1.36 milliseconds according to most sources. But still, and all because of the moon's position messing with Earth's rotation just enough to speed things up. If it turns out to be not a one-time thing and Earth keeps spinning faster, it could be the start of a big mess. All our time stuff like GPS, the internet, atomic clocks, even how countries keep time depends on the day being 24 hours. But if the planet speeds up, those systems could totally freak out. Clocks would get all out of whack, and anything that needs perfect timing could go sideways. We're talking about more than just a few lost seconds. This could shake up everything. Flights, money transfers, basically how we live day to day. We'll have to rethink how we measure time. Are you ready for that kind of chaos? Now, normally a day is 24 hours or 86,400 seconds because that's how long it takes for the planet to do a full spin. But Earth's rotation isn't always stable. A bunch of things influence it, like where the sun and the moon are or how the planet's mass is balanced. Earth is like a giant spinning top, and anything can throw it off rhythm. But our planet has been slowing down for a long, really long time. Because according to scientists, about 1 to 2 billion years ago, a day only lasted 19 hours. Not because the planet was lazy or anything. Nope, it was the moon's fault. It was way closer to us back then. Its gravity had a stronger pull, and that made Earth spin faster. And that faster spin meant shorter days. The thing is, the moon is slowly drifting away from Earth. And as it does, Earth's rotation slows down, and our days get longer over time. But during that billion-year window, something weird happened. The moon kind of just hovered at a sighting distance. It wasn't moving out. It wasn't pulling harder. It was like it paused. And that pause locked us into 19-hour days for what scientists are now calling a boring billion. It was a time when pretty much everything on Earth slowed down. Tectonic activity was stable. The climate wasn't doing anything weird. And even life kind of plateaued. Now, let's get into the sciencey part. The moon's gravity controls our ocean tides. That's what slows down Earth's spin. But the sun pulls on Earth, too, just in a different way. When sunlight hits Earth's surface and heats it up, that creates what's called solar atmospheric tides. And those can actually speed up Earth's rotation. Right now, the moon's gravitational tides are about twice as strong as the sun's atmospheric tides, which means the moon is in charge when it comes to Earth's spin. But back in the boring billion, the sun and moon were basically in a tug-of-war with equal strength. This phenomenon is called tidal resonance. It's like Earth hit a cosmic pause button. If the moon hadn't backed off, we might still be living in a 19-hour day world right now. These days, the moon is still drifting away from us. And because of that, our days are slowly getting longer. Until lately, things have gotten weird. In the last few years, scientists noticed that Earth hasn't been sticking to schedule. In fact, it's been spinning faster, and I mean record-breaking fast. Back in 2020, Earth started picking up the pace more than it had since scientists started clocking it in the 70s. Then came July 5th, 2024, the shortest day ever recorded. We lost 1.66 milliseconds. Not a big deal if you're just watching videos on YouTube, but on a planetary scale, it's kind of huge. Now, we get back to July 10th, 2025. On that date, the moon was sitting way up near the poles, very far from Earth's equator, and that changed the game. When the moon is hanging out closer to the poles, it messes with Earth's rotation and makes our days a little bit shorter. That kind of change isn't unusual. Earth's spin has always had some ups and downs. But today, the moon isn't the only factor. According to NASA, human activity is changing how Earth spins. 2. Between 2000 and 2018, moving ice and pumping groundwater around the planet shifted enough mass that added 1.33 milliseconds to our days per century. Natural disasters can mess things up, too. Remember the massive earthquake that hit Japan in 2011? It actually shortened Earth's day by 1.8 microseconds. Just one quake, one microjolt to the planet's schedule. But the consequences were catastrophic. On March 11, 2011, at exactly 2:46 p.m. local time, a huge earthquake hit off Japan's east coast. We're talking magnitude 9, one of the biggest quakes ever recorded. The epicenter was about 80 miles from Sendai and over 230 miles from Tokyo. Japan's main island shifted 8 feet. Yes, the ground moved and whole cities literally slid. But it didn't just shake buildings and trigger tsunami. The quake was so strong it redistributed Earth's mass like shifting weights around
staying
on a
in sync
spinning
with
top.
Earth's rotation.
When you do
Without
that,
this harmony,
the top
global
spins
communication
differently.
and navigation would
Same
quickly
deal with
unravel.
Earth.
Even
the
a tiny
movement
drift
of
can throw
tectonic
off
plates was
navigation.
enough to tweak the whole planet's rotation. The thing is, the earthquake moved land and shifted Earth-figure axis. That's the axis our planet's mass balances around by 6.5 inches. That's separate from the north-south spin axis, which will rotate on daily at about 1,000 miles per hour. But still, that shift was enough to make Earth wobble differently as it was spinning. It didn't tilt the entire axis in space. Only stuff like the sun or moon's gravity can do that. But it was still a major shakeup. No pun intended. And it wasn't the first time this had happened. The 2004 Sumatra quake, a staggering magnitude 9.1, sped up Earth's spin and cut 6.8 microseconds off the day. Chile's 2010 quake took off another 1.26 microseconds. Every time one of these megaquakes hit, it's like Earth gets a tiny jolt, spinning just a hair faster. And it might not be over. For example, that March 11 quake unleashed more than 80 aftershocks that were magnitude 6.0 or higher. Long after some of those aftershocks were still tweaking the day length. It was very subtle changes in millionth of a second, but real. But the thing is, even the seasons can mess with how fast Earth spins. A geophysicist from the University of Liverpool has explained it like this. There's way more land in the northern hemisphere than in the south. So during northern summer, trees grow leaves and that leaf mass moves upward farther from Earth's center. And it sounds pretty harmless, right? But no, that tiny shift actually slows down our planet's spin just a bit. Think about a figure skater. Arms in, they spin faster. Arms out, they slow down. Same with Earth. When its mass shifts away from the core, it rotates more slowly. So yeah, in the summer, Earth literally chills a bit spin-wise. Now, you don't panic about your day suddenly feeling longer yet. Your clock is still going to say 24 hours. That's just how our timekeeping works. As for these differences, they're milliseconds. You'd never feel it. But the problem is that over time it all adds up. If the planet ever spun slow enough that we were off by more than 0.9 seconds, then we'd have to do something. That's when the International Earth Rotation and Reference System Service steps in. These are the people who keep tabs on Earth spin. And if things drift too far out of sync with our clocks, they throw in a leap second to fix it. Yep, they literally add a second to the clock every now and then to keep Earth time on track. It's like the universe's version of a software update. In any case, with the moon slowly drifting away and Earth calming down, the fact that our planet is suddenly picking up speed, even just a little, makes experts and ordinary people raise their eyebrows. It's a reminder that even something as
Adjustments to keep
basic as a
everything
day
in sync.
isn't set in stone.
But now, with Earth
The
spinning
planet's
faster than
moving
before,
quicker.
we might need to
Time
subtract a
is
second,
literally
a
slipping.
negative leap second.
Something's shifting.
This is something the world has
That's
never
it for
had to do.
today. So, hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends.